All right, we live. Welcome in, guys. While you guys are coming in, please make sure you guys are liking the stream. Again, we back on the main account. We recently just got banned. I got my live access yesterday, but I couldn't come live yesterday because I had visitors. Appreciate you, Mia. She says W, so appreciate that. While you guys are coming in, make sure you guys are tapping that screen. Tap that screen, like the screen, YouTube. Come on. I said the screen. Like the stream. All right. We got our first guest here. Let's bring him up. Notification. Let's see if we can actually engage with the topic. Ooh, we don't want that. What's up, Notification? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. So the Quran has been corrupted. Yeah, what do you have to say regarding that, man? What do you think about that?
I think the Quran says that the Bible and the Torah is corrupted.
Well, the Quran doesn't say that, but let's talk about how corrupted. Why do I think?
I can show you. I can show you two verses where it says that.
Well, no problem. You can show it to me afterwards. All right. But let me first lay down why I think that the Quran has been corrupted. Should I do that first? I want to tell you why I think that the Quran has been corrupted.
For the new visitors, you can say it. Yeah.
Well, for you, I'm talking to you, so I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, tell us.
All right. So according to chapter 2, verse 41, it tells us that we should believe in the Quran because the Quran confirms what we have with us, right?
I didn't follow you in the beginning. What did you say?
Yeah, the Quran says that we should believe in it because it confirms what we have with us. Right, and that's the logically speaking, that is lined up perfect. That's perfect way to do it. So all the revelation should have to line up with the new revelation. If the new revelation doesn't line up with the old revelation, that means that would mean that the new revelation is false. And the Quran is saying we should believe in it, the new revelation, the Quran, because the new revelation, the Quran, confirm what we have with us today. But then
I have also a question about you say new revelation, right?
So new revelation should line up with the old one.
The New Testament is also a new revelation, right?
Well, it's new compared to the old, sure, but it doesn't contradict though.
Because if you look to the New and the Old Testaments, you see a lot of changes, a lot of things that contradict each other. From the Old and the New Testament.
How about we're gonna talk about that? We're gonna talk about it. So are you admitting that the Quran contradicts the old revelations? Is that what you're admitting?
I wouldn't say contradict everything,
So does it contradict the old revelation or not?
Brother, can I show you two verses where the Quran says it's corrupted?
Well, we can talk about that. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding you. Are you saying that the old, revelation is being contradicted by the Quran? Is that what you're saying?
It's been corrupted, yeah, by man.
So the Quran is contradicting the old revelation, right?
Torah and the Bible /
okay.
Injil.
But the Quran is saying that we should believe in it because it confirmed the old revelation.
Brother, you are talking about that verse that you talked about last, Surah 10, verse 94, right?
No, that's chapter 2, verse 41. We can go, 1094 is a really, really good verse. We can go to that, obviously, but right now I want
that's what you're saying, but 1094, I searched it up and I looked at the verses. Brother, it's a rhetorical question to the Prophet.
I'm not talking about 1094.
If you do not believe in our revelations, go search it up in the old books, in the book C4.
Brother, are you okay, man?
I'm okay, yeah.
Did you smoke hashish before you came up here?
No, of course not, brother.
All right, so I'm not talking about 1094. I'm talking about chapter 2, verse 41. All right? Let's focus on that first, okay? So according to 241, we should believe in the Quran because the Quran confirms what we have with us. So the old revelation is in line with the new revelation according to the Quran standpoint.
Wait, let me get the first brother.
All right. We got LA up in the building. Say God bless you, Stephen. Hit the like button. That's right. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Top that screen on TikTok. Right now we should be at least at 1K. We are 600. I don't know why. I got 50 of you so far, and I only got 600, 700. Come on, guys. You guys you're being stingy with them likes. DJ, yes, you can definitely come up, but I only bring up one at a time. I'm about to kind of move on from this brother.
Stephen, can you go to verse 75?
No, let's start with chapter 241 first. All right? Start with that, and then we can go to any other verse you want.
Okay, brother.
All right. So according to chapter 241, it says that we should believe in the Quran because the Quran is in line with what we have, right? All right, man. Let's move on to the next guest. This guy, I don't know. Come back when you can
Brother,
actually.
why are you questioning me? You know.
I'm questioning you because I'm trying to show you how you have been lied to. I'm trying to show you that the Quran has been
Brother,
corrupted.
just read the first, so that everyone knows what it says. You know.
Come back our notification. Get your information together. Make sure you get your information together and then come back, okay? And I'm gonna bring you up next. You guys.
Yeah, it was good.
What's up, DJ? How are you?
What's up, man? You're talking about 241, huh?
Yeah. That's one of the verses.
Yeah, it says that Christians and Jews should believe in the Quran because it confirms what the first scripture said of the Torah and the Injil. But it's about the Torah and the Injil of that time. It's
Okay.
not the corrupted Bible which is written 300 years after Jesus Christ left the earth.
All right. So
Because the Bible is written in Greek and Jesus was speaking Aramaic. So when the Quran says, go back to the people of the Injil, he's referring to the time of Jesus Christ when the apostles were with him and the scriptures were written, not the corrupted Bible 300 years later, which you are practicing now.
all right. So let me ask you. Do you know when? First of all, do you affirm that the Injil was written down?
Again,
Do you affirm that the Injil was written down?
do I affirm that the Injil was written down?
Yeah.
What do you mean? There were scriptures in the time of Jesus.
And it was written
But
down, right?
that's not the Bible that you have today.
I got you, no problem. So, but the Injil in the time of Jesus was written down,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, where he preached monotheist belief, one God, don't worship me, I'm a messenger of God, worship God alone. Pray with your head on the floor and worship God alone.
Fantastic.
No image. Listen. The second commandment of the 10 commandments is you will not make imagery of God and worship this. But this time in this world, you have Jesus shown full HD. But if he is God, you cannot make imagery of Jesus and worship it. That's the
Okay,
second commandment.
I got you. I got you. So, do you know when the Injil was written down?
Sorry?
Do you have any idea when the Injil was written down?
When?
Yeah.
Tell me.
No. I mean, you are rejecting. You said that what I have cannot possibly be the Injil because according to you, it was written 300 years after
It's
Jesus.
written by John, Lucas. Nobody knows those names.
Well, we're gonna get to that. But do you know when the Injil was written down?
No, I do not. Tell me.
Okay, perfect. Then if you don't even know when it was written down, you cannot say that what I have is not the Injil because it was written 300 years after Jesus. You can't say that. No, you can't.
I do because the Bible of these days is Greek and English, and that's not the language they spoke.
We can get to that. But so again, one of the reasons why you reject
But
what I have
wait,
to
one
hold
second,
on, bro.
one second, one
You
second.
see, I do not. So don't interrupt me because I don't do that to you.
Go.
So-
Yeah, all right, go.
One of the reasons you reject what I have today cannot possibly be the Injil, according to you, is because it was written 300 years after Jesus. That's what you said.
Not only that, and God
Let's
doesn't
focus
make mistakes.
one at a time, bro. We're going to talk about one at a time.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
All right. So it seems like you cannot reject what I have today because of the edge gap, because of the gap, because when it was written, right?
No. Not because of the gap.
So
Not
what?
only because of the gap. There's so many contradictions in the Bible. That's
We're gonna get to that. We have to do one at a time. Again,
right.
it sounds like you
I'm
don't
with you.
have no argument when you said that what I have is not the Injil because what I have was written 300 years after Jesus. I mean, that's not a good argument. You cannot argue
But
against
that's
that.
the first argument. You said one at a time. I have more arguments, but you keep
So,
saying one at a time, one
first,
at a time.
can you affirm that that's not an argument though? Because you have no idea when the Injil was written down.
It is argument because it's written by the king of Roman Empire called Martin Luther, and he wanted to divorce his wife, but he couldn't because the church wouldn't let him. So he wrote his own version of the Bible, wherein stands that he can't divorce his wife because he wanted to have more wives. That's what happened. That's why he changed the real scriptures into the version he wanted to have. And
So,
he had
brother,
such big influence and such big.
DJ, you gotta be able to engage, bro.
Now you're
No,
interrupting
no,
me.
you have to be able to engage. You're not engaging with my point. Your first
I
point
am.
was let me kind of bring you back here. Your first point was what I have cannot possibly be the Injil because what I have was
Right.
written 300 years after Jesus. That's the point that
By
you
a
made.
Roman emperor.
Okay, no problem. It sounds like you don't know when the Injil was written down. That's what you said, correct?
The Injil probably at the time of Jesus.
Are you guessing now? Do you?
Because
Okay.
I told you, tell me. You don't want to tell me, so you probably don't know even yourself.
No, I know. I'm talking to you. You reject what
Yeah,
I
but
have
I'm
today.
asking you. I said I don't know sure when the Injil is.
So
but
if
I
you
know
don't
for sure
know,
that
you
it's not the
cannot.
Bible.
If you
I'm
don't
sure-
know, DJ, my whole point is, if you don't know when it was written, you cannot reject what I have today because when it was written. That's my whole point.
How can you write something 300 years later?
What do you know when the Injil was written down?
If you watch a movie 10 years later, do you know how the movie went?
I know exactly how the movie
What
went.
about 300 years
So
later?
even after 300 years later, they
Nah,
will
man,
know.
don't lie to me,
But
man. You know this.
how about this? The reason why I'm
Tell me.
doing all of this, you have no
Yeah, okay,
argument.
wait.
Hold on, bro. I need you to listen because right now it sounds like we keep talking past
But
each other.
we sticking to the first argument. I have made maybe 5 more.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about them. I want to make sure
All
each
right.
argument you bring up we address. Right? Don't come out here and machine gun arguments. I want to be able to talk about these arguments. Okay?
Yeah, but I already told you it's 300 years later,
Okay,
written by a Roman emperor who wanted to divorce his wife, but he couldn't because of the church.
That's
So
not
he
even
he
true,
wrote his
brother.
own version of the Bible.
That is not even true. Again, you
It
have
is true.
no
Look
idea.
it up.
So do you know when the Injil was written?
Martin Luther. Look
Do
him up.
you
Martin
know
Luther.
when the Injil was written down?
I just told you, bro. You just keep repeating because you don't want to go in further into the arguments.
I want to say if you're honest.
No, you don't want.
Do you know when the Injil was written down? Yes or no, bro?
I just ask you. You're repeating the same question over and over again.
At this point, I'm genuinely,
can't-
I'm about to kick you because you're not engaging. Do you
Okay,
know when the Injil was written down? That's the question. My question is not that difficult. Straight to the point. All right, if you're gonna come up here and say, "Oh, what you have can not possibly be the Injil because it was written 300 years after Jesus," I mean, you gotta tell me when the actual Injil was
I
written
know
down.
when the Injil is written. The Injil
When?
is written 30 years after Jesus.
Where you get that from?
Approximately 30 years after Jesus.
Where you get that from?
I get it from sources that I found now.
What source is that? Where do you get your beliefs from? Yeah, let's see if that's.
That I don't know, and I'm looking into it. You should also look into it because you didn't
what-
know it was 30 years after Jesus.
No. I've looked into it. Dude, you said 300 years, no problem. I'm going with you, right?
No,
I
no,
am
wait.
going with your
Wait,
argument.
wait,
You don't
wait.
mean that I
The
agree.
the Bible that Christians are practicing now, that's written 300 years
Wait,
after. But the real Injil, where the Quran is referring to, is about the Injil in the time of Jesus Christ.
Okay,
So
do
that's
you know when
approximately
it was written?
In 30 years.
Okay, where do you get that from? You guys, I mean, simple questions like this, I can't even answer. We got Eric up in the building. How you doing,
can't even
brother?
answer yourself when the Injil is written. I asked you, you said I don't know. So you said it's the Bible.
Okay, so
300 years
if you
later, but
if
it's
you
not.
don't know,
But it's not, because that's written by Martin Luther. I'm telling you over and over again. but
if
you're just
you
ignorant.
don't
You wanna
know,
hear it.
if you don't know when it was written, you cannot say that it can't be the Injil because it was written. What I have was written 300 years after Jesus. You cannot make that argument. That's my whole point here.
It's a historical fact. It's a historical fact. Go look it up, man. It's a historical fact,
what is
bro.
a historical fact? What?
An historical fact is a fact that's been transferred by people over the centuries by witnesses and witnesses like the Pharaoh. Do you have proof that the Pharaoh had lived? It's a
Of course.
historical fact. Why? Because there were so many witnesses and so many people have seen it and talked about it, and it's a historical fact.
I got you. Again, do you see my point though? I just want to make sure you got my point, and then we can move on from my.
What's your point?
My point is you cannot reject what I have because according to you, it's written 300 years after Jesus. You can't.
Okay,
reject
let's
it.
skip that. Let's skip the first argument. Yeah, I'm rejecting the script that you have because God doesn't make mistakes, and there are plenty of mistakes in the Bible that you're practicing now.
Okay, so that's actually really good.
Let's talk about the 10 Commandments. That's first of all, the 10 Commandments, the 10 simple rules. The second command is you will not make imagery about God and worship these.
Huh?
Still, you have Jesus full day on a cross, and you worship that. How? So the second commandment is already out of the window, and you're telling me you believe in the book.
So is the book not corrupted? We just don't follow it. Is that the point that you're making?
You follow the book, you follow the Bible, right? And in the Bible, there are 10 commandments, and the second commandment is you will not make imagery.
Okay.
We also don't make imagery, and we don't do it. We never do it. We don't.
But
we
the
don't
Injil,
worship idols. We don't worship statues or pictures.
I got you.
Just God alone.
So what the Bible says is true though. It's not corrupted, correct? We just
I
don't
am
follow.
saying, wait, no, you're trying to twist my words up, but it's not working because I'm telling you, you are believing in the Bible, so you have to believe in the 10 Commandments. But you just threw the second commandment out of the window because you have to believe that you can't make imagery of God and worship it, but you do.
Okay,
It's not your own book.
Right.
You're not following your own book.
I got you. So I'm not following my own book, which means my book is good. I'm just not following it. Right? That's the point that you are making.
No, you're trying to let me say that Bible of these days is real, but it's not. It's corrupted. But you believe in it. You believe in it, but you still don't practice your own book.
Okay, so I'm very confused.
You believe in something, but you don't practice.
DJ.
Wait, don't cut me off.
No. I want to make sure. I want to make sure you understand.
You can't do and you still do it.
I want to make sure. Okay, how about this? I want to make sure that I understand your point. So
all right.
The Bible is saying one thing, and I'm just not practicing what the Bible is saying, right?
Yeah, but how can you say that you're believing in the Bible then?
Okay, good. So the Bible is good. I just don't practice what it says, right?
All right, that's on you.
No, is that the point that you're making?
But that's Christianity in full effect.
So is that the point that you are making?
Wait, if you go to the church,
the Bible good?
See imagery of Jesus. Isn't Jesus God? According to your beliefs.
Take care, bro. I don't know, man. You guys, to me, it sounds like he's making a point that the Bible is good. We just terrible Christians. All right. Oh, and then I promise I'm bring you up our next. We got the message up in the building. How you doing, Kareem? You all right?
I'm doing good. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. So you have been told a lie since you was a child, and I'm here to expose it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I have a question. So you believe Jesus is God?
Come on, man. Yes, I do, but let's talk about how the Quran is corrupted.
No, so wait, so I can't listen. So I'm telling you from now, if you're gonna argue with that only and you're not gonna let me talk, then there's no need for us to continue this conversation. Because look, you're a moderator, you can mute me anytime you want. You can make the narrative seem like any type of way you want.
That's
I'm not
true.
stupid. I've debated multiple, of you guys. So if you're willing to prove your point right now, if you're willing, I'll go through exactly what you want about the corruption, everything. But you just give me the chance to ask my questions. That's all I want from you is an answer. If you're willing to do that, we can have this conversation.
Kareem, I'm gonna let you ask whatever question you want, but first you have to address my first topic that I have. Okay? My topic is that you have been lied to. That the Quran has been.
There's no way I can go first. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Is there no way I can go first?
No, you can go first if you want to address my point, how the Quran has been corrupted.
Oh, okay, but I can't ask my questions first.
No, you can't. You gotta engage with the actual topic that I have. All right.
Okay.
So, do you want me to present why my argument on why I think that the Quran has been corrupted, or have you?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So let me ask you: if I, my name is Stephen, by the way. So if I'm out here claiming to be a prophet and claiming to have a revelation, how will you verify whether my revelation is true? How will you verify it?
If your message aligns with the rest of the prophets, and if you can do a miracle.
I like you, Quran. That is exactly my point. And that is exactly the Quran's point, by the way. So you, Allah, and I, we agree. So according to your God says that we should believe in him. We should believe in the Quran, right? Because the Quran confirms or is in line with what we have. But the problem is, that was a lie. The Quran contradicts what we have. Therefore, makes a false revelation, makes it corrupted, and therefore we can't accept him as God or even accept Muhammad as a prophet because of that.
So why would you say it's corrupted?
Because it's not in line with the previous revelations.
Okay, I have a question.
No, I want you to engage that.
Okay, yeah, I'm engaging it.
Okay.
What did Abraham preach?
Well, he preached that Jesus is God, for example. He preached that the God is multi-personal.
Okay, now bring me where in the Bible does it say that Abraham preached that Jesus was God?
Yeah, no problem. I can show you where Abraham preached that God is multi-personal. Right? If you read Genesis 18, you see, hold on, you read Genesis 18, you see Abraham mentioning how God is multi-personal, right?
Can you read out Genesis 18 for us?
Yeah, 18 verse 24. Actually, let's go to it. It might be 19. It might trip. It's 19, I'm sorry. So Genesis 19. All right. So if you have ever read it, start on chapter 18, you see that this is talking about Abraham, the story of Abraham. That's what was going on. And then on verse 24, from chapter 19, it says, then the Lord here is Yahweh, or God, the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of heavens. So according to this, it's showing that God at least is multi-personal, because you have one Yahweh who is present on earth, talking to Abraham, by the way, raining fire and sulfur from the Lord who is in heaven.
So Yahweh, right, is different from the Lord that is in heaven. Is that what you're claiming?
It's a different person. It's the distinct person. It's not the same person.
I get how you guys believe they're similar in nature. I
Right.
get this. You say they're similar in nature. But I'm talking about Yahweh, right, in the Bible is referred to the Father. It's
So
not referred to Jesus.
it could refer to Jesus, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
So, okay, but you said it's a different person just now.
Right, two distinct persons. That's what we're saying here. And the name Yahweh can apply to all of them.
Okay, so Yahweh is more of a description,
It's more of
that
a
what you're
name,
saying?
I would say.
More of a name.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That's
so do you see?
complicated.
According to the previous prophets, they taught that God is multi-person, and Muhammad denies that. That's a huge contradiction.
Okay. Also, so you're saying this is, so first of all, we're using your Bible as reference. That's first of all. Okay.
Okay.
So can you now show me where in the Old Testament it says that God is divisible?
Well, first of all, this is the Old Testament. I just quoted you the Old
Unless-
Testament. Hold on, Kareem. I just quoted you the Old Testament about Yahweh being multi-personal, which contradicts what Muhammad said.
Okay, I have a question then.
No,
why do
I need you to address this.
The Old Testament. Okay, so the Old Testament came before the New Testament, correct? The New Testament
True.
after Jesus came, correct? You believe that? Okay, so why now when you ask any Jew, so any Jewish person, so anyone who followed the Old Testament, why do they say that God is indivisible and that God is one? And why don't the Jews believe in what you guys believe in? You just claim that the Old Testament claims that. But in reality, the Old Testament is what the Jews follow. So why do the Jews not accept the message of Jesus and don't believe that God is divisible? So now
brother,
both the Jews and the Muslims co-align in one thing, and the Christians don't.
that's not true. So it depends on what kind of Jews are you even talking about, right? The disciples of Jesus,
Orthodox
for
Jews.
example, were Jews. Well, okay, are those the standard? Are the Orthodox Jews the standard now? Are they
No,
the
I'm saying
standard?
in general. So
Are they the
you're
standard
telling
of truth?
no.
All right then. So let's not appeal to it. I just showed you a text. Whether they agreed or not, that's on them. So then are not the standard. So it shouldn't matter.
But that point, this disproves their whole religion. So like basically, they follow this book, right? Before, so
They don't follow
Judaism
this
came
book.
before
If they
Christianity.
did, they will know that guy is multi-personal. So they don't follow the book.
So so everyone who followed the Old Testament before the New Testament, right, is incorrect.
Yeah, they're incorrect if they don't believe that God is multi-personal. They're incorrect.
Okay, I have a question.
Well, I know you have a question. I need you to address. So you don't think that there's nothing wrong with Muhammad contradicting previous revelation? Nothing wrong with that?
The verse from Genesis isn't the basis. That's what you need to realize. Like
Why not?
that verse does not. It's because you're saying now. Okay, now find me now. Isn't Moses a prophet?
Yes.
Where does Moses claim that God is multiple?
Well, first of all, Moses.
I can-
So if you
No,
go
no,
to Genesis
no.
chapter 1, you see God referring to himself as an us or we. For example, let us make
The royal we,
men in our... No.
just like how a king.
So-
what?
So
There's
that's
no
not...
way.
Brother, we don't
Wait,
have that
please
concept
tell
in
me
the
you're
Bible.
smarter
Hold
than
on.
this.
The royal we is not a biblical concept, right? Because the Bible
So
was
it's
written
not a biblical concept.
Imperial
I can
Hebrew.
pull up 5 of your scholars right now that claim it is a biblical
Well,
concept.
How about this? Let me do you better. We have thousands of kings in the Bible.
Yeah.
A bunch of them. Show me one single king who referred to himself as we.
In the Bible, of
Yeah,
course
yeah,
not,
show me.
because the Bible is about God. So obviously he's not going to refer to myself as we, because there's no power and sovereignty except God. So of course, if the book's about God, he's going to be the only one referring as we.
Well,
Makes sense. Like,
no, you have for example, the King of England, right? He referred to himself as we, right?
did the king,
The queen, the
but
king.
yes,
That's where that concept came from, by the way. That's a newer concept. The Old Testament was written in Hebrew. Paleo, I can't even pronounce it. Hebrew. That concept is a new concept. You don't find that in the Bible. You find that in the Quran, okay, no problem. But you don't get that from the Bible. When God says, let us make man in our image, that is not the royal we. That is referring to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's why you find a verse that says the Holy Spirit made me, for example. You find verses that says that Jesus creates, and obviously the Father creates. So it's not simply a royal we concept that does not exist in the Bible.
you cannot claim that when multiple of your own scholars, like I can give you now scholars that have studied the religion more than you, 100% Christian scholars, the biggest scholars.
I would
that you
disagree
guys
with them.
want to-
If there are any, I would disagree with them.
So you would disagree with scholars that studied the religion since? Okay.
Unless if
Very
they can
low.
show me where to get it from, then I would agree with them. But if you're just making statements without no basis on where they're getting it from,
I can give you the basis if you want to look back at the Hebrew text. So first of all, the Bible was released in Aramaic. That was the first message.
Well,
because
no,
that's a
no,
language.
no, that's false.
Yes, because what language did Jesus speak?
he spoke multiple languages.
No. What language did Jesus speak? You can
Well,
search this up
he
right now.
spoke
When-
Greek, he spoke Aramaic, and he also spoke Hebrew.
No, he spoke mostly Aramaic. And
Sure.
everyone around him in the region spoke Aramaic.
But what was?
So
Oh no,
relation-
that's not true.
Okay.
Okay, look, you just made a blunder. In the time of Jesus, literally, Greek was the main language spoken.
Okay.
Not Aramaic.
Did Jesus receive revelation in Aramaic or Greek? Answer this question.
It could be, let's say, in Aramaic, but doesn't mean that they cannot write it in
Let's say
Greek. though.
no, it was on Aramaic. How don't you know this? These are
Well,
facts.
How do you know that's a fact?
The,
Where you get that from? That's a fact.
you can search it up. Historical accounts in general. The first scripture.
Where do you get it
found was
from that Jesus got his revelation in Aramaic? Where do you get
Again,
that from?
historical accounts. The first scripture ever found was in Aramaic. They traced back.
I would
that
love
multiple
to
of
see
the
that.
message-
I would love to. Give me a proof. Right now, you're just making claims. You're just claiming.
You
stuff.
can
give me the proof.
Okay,
for that.
you have a laptop in front of you.
Yes, I do.
It's because I'm on my phone. I can't I would show you. I promise.
What do you want me to search?
language? Okay, search up what language did Jesus receive revelation in? Just search it up.
Oh, gosh. Obviously, they're probably going to say Aramaic because that's one of the languages that he spoke.
Now it's obviously they're probably going to say
I
Aramaic.
I need a proof that's how you know that Jesus got his revelation in Aramaic. That's what I need.
So even the historical. So how am I supposed to prove historical sources? Like what the hell? Like search it up. It's like it's a fact. Like so, go look at your multiple sources. They'll all say the same thing.
So how about this? How about we go to the actual topic? We kind of deviated from where we were. So we have seen that Muhammad is contradicting the previous prophets, which means that we should not be becoming Muslim, which means that the Quran has been corrupted and your God is false and Muhammad is a false prophet.
So I have a question. So when Abraham was sent to his people, right? He didn't say worship one God.
Of course he did. We expect him to say that.
So no. Okay. So you expect him to say that this is something that's imbued in your Christianity beliefs, right? And
Yeah,
right,
we believe in
you
one
just-
God.
Yeah, one God. So he was sent to a group of individuals, a society that worship multiple gods, and claimed that you should be worshiping one God. Correct?
So what point are you making?
Correct.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Muhammad came to a group of society who were worshiping multiple gods and claimed you should worship one God.
Okay. How does that make him the truth or in line with the previous prophets? When the previous prophets taught that one God is multi-personal, but your God denies that or your prophet denies that.
That he claimed that he was multi-personal. Where does it say if he knew that Jesus was God because he's a prophet of God, so he received revelation from God? You should know that he should have claimed that Jesus is God. Where does he claim that Jesus is God in the Bible? He doesn't.
Okay,
Even if he claims he's multi-personal.
we can definitely talk about that, dude. It seems like you really, really want to talk about whether Jesus is God according to the Bible. I'm willing to talk about that, but I want you to see the problem.
Okay, let's talk about it.
But I really want you to see what I'm proposing to you. So Muhammad is contradicting the previous prophets, which will make him a false prophet. He contradicts what Moses said, or Abraham.
Okay. So okay. What now? I'm gonna ask. We're gonna go back to the same topic again. Like we're just going in circles. We'll go back. Okay. Now the people who follow now the old scripture, the Old Testament, not the New Testament, the Old Testament. They all believe that God is one. Correct?
One what?
And they don't believe that Jesus is God.
They believe that
right?
the one what?
Why?
Oh well, hold on a minute. When you say people, who are you referring to?
In general, what came before Christianity? Judaism.
Judaism. So again, the disciples of Jesus were Jews. What point are you making?
The disciples of Jesus were Jews.
Yeah.
But I'm talking before Jesus came. Before him. Why did they always claim that God was one?
So are you talking about the disciples of Jesus were deceived? That they didn't believe in the right God?
I'm talking about before them.
So-
And yes, they were. Can I be honest with you? The testament, your testimonies, these eye accounts are very different. And the biggest proof of that is that if you look at the Gospel of Luke, the Gospel of John, and you look at what Jesus' last words were, you'll find that they all contradict. If you want to pull up now, for example, the Gospel of John and the Gospel of Luke, and see what Jesus' last words were, they're all different. If they were the same, that means they were preserved in the correct way. How can the most important individual for you, the one who you believe God, right, have said different words in your ears? That doesn't make sense. If now the most important being, or God, apparently, for you, that's what you guys claim, is about to die, you would 100% be aware and conscious of what he's saying. But how come in each
brother,
one of the Gospels they're different?
All right. So
You can you know your Gospels more than me,
I
so,
got
you
the
should
point
know.
that you're making, but that is not we can get there, right? Obviously we can get there, but you're not addressing what I asked you. You're not addressing with the actual point that I have made. By the way, thank you for the harmony. I think, who are you? Mr. Gota, appreciate that. I need you to address my point, the point that I have made. So,
okay,
Muhammad
I have a question.
contradicting the previous prophets.
Yeah.
Do you see how that will make him a false prophet?
No, but do you realize what I just said? We now look into what you're doing is you're saying, like, you're trying to prove a point that needs explanation. For example, I just said that how come, like, for example, you claim that point. I literally just told you that the Jews, before Jesus' time, all believed that God was one. And when Jesus
No,
came,
they believe that
claimed
God
divinity,
was
the Jews
multi-personal.
were the
That's what
ones
they
who
believe.
crucified him.
So,
Yes.
according to the book that the Jews supposed to be reading from, does it teach you that God is multi-personal?
No, it does not.
Okay, then explain how God is raining fire and sulfur from God who is in heaven. Explain that.
I don't even know what that means. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course, you don't know what it means. I expect that from you. So I am telling you what it means.
What does? Okay, explain your verse.
Yeah, the verse literally shows that God is multi-personal. It's two power. Even
Explain
the
how.
Jews, yeah, because this name Yahweh is being prescribed to two persons.
Okay, where? So he says Yahweh in the beginning of the verse. Can you explain it? Actually, I want to understand, like, your point.
Yeah, so we
Explain.
have one Yahweh who is on earth with Abraham. And you have
Why
another,
is he on earth? How did you know he was on earth?
because you start on chapter 18 from verse 1, it talks
What?
about, because the Bible tells us.
Because the Bible tells you. You see, that's not a big what? So how do you know he was on earth?
Yeah, because we read it from the actual text.
But I thought the first time that God was on earth was when he became Jesus, or whatever you guys believe in.
I gotta move on, man. I appreciate you.
I'll just stay muted. I want to hear what he's gonna say.
Well, no, you're not engaged. But you had a question. At least you try. So I'll give you that. So what question you want me to answer?
Okay, so if Jesus is God and he is all-knowing, in your Bible it claims that he fell to his face and that he was in direct contact with the Father. If Jesus is all-knowing, and that's a nature of God, this characteristic of the nature of God, and the Father is all-knowing, what would they talk about?
What would they talk about?
Yeah,
So
Jesus was all-knowing. Why would he need to ask the Father anything?
yeah, so actually when Jesus is talking to the Father, is mainly for us, right? It's for us to know that Jesus is in close relationship with the Father. So that was for us. Can you just turn that down, please? Uncle, turn it down. I can hear it.
Who's watching One
Sorry.
Piece in the back, bro?
I know. I have my nephews here. So yeah, so when Jesus is talking to the Father, is him. Basically, is for us, so we know that God, or Jesus and the Father, they have this perfect communication. It is for us, right? But when God wanna talk to each other, he speaks through his nature. That's how God communicates.
Of course, but isn't the Bible already enough proof of that? No, I'm saying in general, it says that in the Bible that Jesus fell on his face and then asked the Father.
Yeah.
It didn't say communicated with the Father. Because, the Bible is so specific, like what you guys
So
believe
when
in.
you are
Of course,
asking,
it can't be
aren't you
wrong.
communicating? By the way, it doesn't say ask, by the way. So I'm just going with, however you are portraying the verse, no problem. When you are asking,
What does it say exactly?
well, he says he prayed.
He said he prayed. So he prayed. So he's less superior to the Father?
It's not that he's less superior. So when you pray, you are communicating, right? It's another form of communicating, correct? Prayer.
So praying is communication in this sense, right?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because that's what it is. When you pray to Allah, what are you doing?
When I pray to Allah, it's because I don't know everything. I don't know anything, and I need something from Him.
Do you communicate with your
that-
do you communicate with your Allah?
Yes, but that's because I am not all-knowing.
So what do you call that?
Prayer.
Okay.
But did you see the difference? I am not all-knowing, but you claim that Jesus is all-knowing. So why would Jesus, who's all-knowing, who's all-powerful, pray to the Father?
Yeah, because
Does that make sense?
That was for us. That was for our benefit.
But I just told you, in general, he would have communicated. But this shows,
You gotta go
this
now,
shows
man.
submission.
Take it, bro. Oh, what's up, Sheikh? How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm getting a headache listening to that guy.
Bruh, yeah. So sometimes you gotta bear with these people, man. You have to. You can't. It's not their fault. Trust me.
Oh, you got to get them to give you sources.
Yeah,
Not let them get away with just saying, "Oh, the scholars say this and the scholars say that." Okay,
Yeah,
what Star Wars?
I genuinely did not want to just chase him, and I wanted to kind of get my point across and him at the actual. Yeah, but you're right. By the way, guys, Sheikh here. I don't know if you are on YouTube. Maybe you should post on your link there so people can follow you. He do a wonderful work, guys. Make sure you go subscribe to him. And if you have not yet liked the stream, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you like it. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some really good stuff coming out soon. I'm gonna be refuting the Dean Unhinged or something like that. Another Muslim Dawah, some BS channel where they're just posting lies. Like the guy posted a video that said the United States wouldn't exist without Islam.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But again, Sheikh, I don't know if you're on my YouTube right now. You should literally go there, put your channel.
I'm in bed. I'm on my just my phone. I've actually been sick with food poisoning for the last 4 days.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm still getting over it. So.
Anyway, Saudi, how you doing?
Oh yeah, good bro. Well, guess what? I converted to Christianity.
Oh, okay. When did you convert it?
Yeah. I converted 2 months ago.
Wow. Okay, why did you convert it, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, because I found Jesus, God, because when he said, I and the Father are one.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear, man. That's encouraging. Continue studying. Do you have any question?
Oh no, I just I wanted to let you know. Well, you can go back to what you were doing.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Thank you, brother.
Welcome to the real family.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
By the way, Saudi, if you do have any question, man, are you following me right now by any chance?
Oh yeah, I am.
You can always ask me, bro. Like, I would love to answer it. If I have the answer to it, I would love to give you the answer.
Oh yeah, definitely I will in the future.
Brother, take care, man. Let's get some Moses up in here.
Oh yeah, see ya.
All right, God bless you, brother.
By the way, LLC, man, I saw your message, but yesterday I had visitors. By the way, I do have a Discord now. I downloaded it just for you. So toward the end, or when I get a chance, I'm gonna give you my username. Make sure you send to me my bit. All right, let's keep this going, man. Make sure you guys are tapping the screen. We're trying to get the love back into the algorithm, guys. Come on, like it. We should be at least at 10K right now. Are you Muslim, Vin? Vidi? Are you Muslim?
No, but I do have a question. So,
I would like to talk to Muslims.
Just came on here. I would
like to talk to Muslims, please.
Just please, I have a question, please.
But this is for Muslims. Like, this is not pertaining to
just
you.
very quickly, because I'm having trouble converting to
Why
Christianity.
would you want to convert? Why would you want to convert to Christianity?
Well, I don't know, because I'm studying astrophysics, okay? And
I think he's a troll.
I think so.
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. I'm not. I actually have a question, okay? But why do you?
So why would you want to convert to Christianity again?
Because no, I'm having trouble believing and comprehending that everything ever created is made by just one singular being. And I feel like if you the basis of early civilization is if you don't know something, you put
Take it back.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. It says I quit third grade because of recess. Recess? What were you quit? Man, that was the most fun part of being in school. I loved it. What's wrong with you, man? What's up, Pardini? How you doing? Take out your mic or do something with your mic, man. We can't hear you at all.
How about now?
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you Christian?
Yes, sir. Are you Muslim?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So the Quran has been corrupted, man. You guys have been told lies, and me and the Sheikh here, we're here to expose it. I'm sorry? Yeah, you're doing it again. I need you to take out your headphones. I hear you. You're asking who corrupted it, but you sound like you're so far away.
How about now? Who corrupted it?
There you
You
go.
mean he was not corrupted the first time?
I can take that stand, but I just how about this?
Okay,
Maybe let's take that stand. So I believe that Uthman is the one who corrupted it.
okay, forget about that argument. It doesn't make any sense. Look,
Hold on a minute, bro. Hold on a minute. No. It's
You don't like the argument, Stephen. Forget about it.
Okay, the Bible is corrupted.
no. The Quran
How
is
about
corrupted. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why I think that the
Okay,
Quran is corrupted.
can I ask you some questions? Can I
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
questions?
yes, you can afterwards.
Okay, look.
So I'm gonna tell you why I think that the Quran has been corrupted. Okay.
No. I will tell you why it's not corrupted and why the Bible, the New Testament. I'm not talking about the Old Testament and the older books. After Jesus' books, all of these are corrupted. That I'll tell you a lot about it.
Well,
But what
are
I'm
you
trying
saying?
to-
Wait, just to clarify, are you saying that the Old Testament is good? Is not corrupted?
The Old Testament, some here and there, but it's not as corrupted as the New Testament.
Some
New
here
Testament
and
is-
there. So how about this? I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you my reasons why I think that the Quran has been corrupted, and then you're gonna argue against that. Okay?
It's going to be a long story, but let me ask you the questions. Let me ask you the questions.
No. So here, this
No,
is
real
what
quick.
this is why I think that the Quran has been corrupted. All right.
Okay.
One, you have already mentioned it. The Quran contradicts the Bible or the previous scriptures. But one of the reasons your Allah gives us why we should convert to Islam or why we should believe in the Quran is because the Quran is in line with our scriptures. But when I check my scriptures and the Quran, I mean, they don't match up like your God says.
Where
They contradict.
does they not match up? Where do they contradict?
Well, for example, you have the previous scriptures teaches that Jesus is God, but the Quran denies that.
Which scripture teaches God, Jesus is God?
The Injil.
The Injil doesn't where does it say? You just tell me. Bring up one or two.
Yeah, so according to the Injil of
Don't bring up the New Testament. Bring up the Old Testament. There are 66. There are 66 books in the Bible.
well, there's a Torah and the Injil though. So right now you are
Yeah.
talking about the Torah, brother. I need you to focus. I mentioned the Injil, right? I don't want to talk
You know
about the
how-
Torah right now. Let's talk about the Injil.
You know
What the Injil says.
the Bible. How many books does the Bible consist of? How many books?
It doesn't matter. So I need you to focus on the point.
No. You gotta answer it.
It's okay.
How many books?
I will be. By the way, I'm sorry, Anon. I keep forgetting about you. I promise you are next. If I bring out somebody else, let me know. I'm gonna kick them and bring you up. So I need you to
Okay.
focus. Denny, please. I need you to
Yes,
focus on
yes.
my point. We are talking about the
Okay.
Injil right now, right? So
Yes,
according to the
yes.
Injil teaches that
Yes.
Jesus is God. He's the Son of God, and He died on the cross.
Where does it teach that?
Okay. So if you go
Where
to
does he say I am God and worship me? Where does he ever say it?
okay, so before I do that, I want to see if you're gonna, if you're a troll, if you're not a troll. So how do you honor God if you don't mind me
First
asking?
of all, I'm sorry. Your accent is very heavy, but it's okay. Sometimes I have a hard time understanding you. But
So,
where does it say?
I must speak
where
slowly.
Does it say, yeah.
So
Where does it say?
how do you honor
Yeah,
God
God.
if you don't mind me asking? How do you honor Him?
Who do I honor?
How do you honor Allah?
Who do I honor?
Do you honor Allah?
Yes, of course.
And how do you honor Him? In what ways do you honor Him?
I praise God. I worship Him. I follow His commandments. What He tells me. All of this is Allah, Elohim, God, whatever you call Him. We talk about the same one.
So just to make sure, the way you honor Allah is by praying to Him, by praising Him, and by worshiping Him.
Right.
Okay. So Jesus said, according to the Injil, that you have to honor Him exactly the way you honor Allah.
He didn't say so.
Yes, He did. All right.
Can
So-
I tell you? He didn't say. Can I tell you? Didn't tell you as a Muslim. Can I tell you?
Sure.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I tell you? Okay. Do you have the ears, or you wanna come with the propaganda? Do you have the ears to listen? Do you have your ears? Lend me your ears.
I'm listening to you, bro. Come on.
I got no time for bullshit, bro.
Hey, let's not
I'm
recite the
telling
Quran
you
here.
straight
So look, I gave you more.
Okay,
Look,
listen.
Denny, I literally just gave you time to
Listen.
talk here. I'm giving you
Okay,
time to
let
talk,
me
but
tell
you're
you-
not even using it
Let
properly.
me answer you. I'm even a better Christian than you. You don't even know it.
Okay, so
Let me
you follow
answer you.
Jesus, huh? We're gonna talk about that.
Yes,
That should be
yes.
fun.
You
Okay.
okay, give me 1 minute. Let me tell you that it's not God. from the Bible.
Well, no. I need you to address. No, hold on, bro. Because we're gonna do this one at a time. So Jesus is claiming, he's saying that you should honor him exactly the way you honor Allah.
He never. I'll tell you.
All
He
right. So
never said.
I'm gonna give you the verse. Okay, you ready?
No, I'm good. No, you gonna go first, or should I go first?
No, I'm gonna give you the verse. And I'm gonna show that he
Okay,
said
go ahead.
that, and then I would
Okay.
love to know what you think of it. All right. So this
Okay.
is John chapter 5 verse 23. Actually, start on verse 22 here. That will
Right.
get a little bit of context. Verse 22 says, "For the Father judges no one, but has given all judgment to the Son." So the Son is the king of judgment according to the Injil. Verse 23,
Okay.
verse 23 says that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. Whoever does not honor the
Okay.
Son does not honor the Father who sent him.
Right.
So Jesus is claiming that he's God and he demanded that you worship him.
We're talking about honoring, respect, and we're not talking about worshiping.
Okay, I asked you how do you honor Allah. What was your answer?
Listen, I honor God as to glorify, but you can glorify all you can honor all the prophets out of respect because they carry the message of God.
Just to make
Jesus
sure,
never,
can you honor all the prophets the same way you honor Allah?
brother.
Oh man, you can't make this up. I'm banned. You cannot make this up, man. I hate TikTok, bro. Like they repost and TikTok goes along with it. Let's try new conduct here to see if we can get it back. You know, I'm not even guys. I'm not even phased by this. I expect this. Let me see here. Then it's unclear, and I'm not sure why I got this. Then okay, let's try. My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. Let's try that. This is amazing. I literally just got my live access back, but I'm banned. Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, guys, if you have, I just appealed it. Hopefully, we're gonna get it back. I should get it back. I don't think I've said anything crazy, but then it's TikTok. You know, we can never know. I mean, yeah. But with that said, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. I'm trying to move to the YouTube. TikTok is a good app, but it's so sensitive. By the way, LLC now, because I know you messaged me. If you want to use your account, I'm gonna come to you, man. You know, we can just talk there. We can invite some Muslims to come up there. I can use my backup account to join. This is the perfect time to do it. It will be the perfect time to do it because we just got banned. By the way, I created the Discord. I'm looking at it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know how to use this thing. I have no idea. So let me know, guys. I'm gonna give you guys my it should be Steven X 17.2. So search it up and see if I'm gonna pop up. If I don't, then maybe we can fix it. Yeah, so Jesus said, we better be awake. This is not the time to be asleep spiritually. That's correct. Yeah, let's see if we're going to get the live access back. If we don't, it's all good. It's all right. You know, it's not going to stop anything. I'm just going to I'm just going to go to my backup account. But let's wait for LLC. Let's see if he's going to let us use his account. He said TikTok is where the trolls go to. Oh my, yeah, hey, that's what there are a bunch of trolls there, man. There are a bunch of trolls on TikTok for sure. But again, yeah. It's one part of me want to give up TikTok completely. I really want to give up TikTok, but at the same time, TikTok is not a bad app. It's just it's too sensitive. That's the only issue with it. That's the only issue with it. You can't say nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. But who's on here with me, man? Who's rocking with me while we're waiting for TikTok to give us an answer? Sometimes it takes a few minutes, and some other times it takes hours. So we're going to wait for about 5 minutes. If nothing came up, just going to have to move on. So yeah, I set up and send you an invite. Yes, go ahead and do that. But by the way, send it to my backup account, the invite. I don't know if you have it. Should be God So Loved one. I think that's what it is. Just send it there, and then yeah, we're gonna keep this thing going, man. They can't stop it. Can't stop it. They try to, but they can't. Oh, he's live already. I can't even join you using this account. Whoa! What is that? No, are you driving? Oh my God, bro, you driving by? I think he's driving. Let me go to my backup account real quick. You're gonna have to mute up, man, because that thing hurt my ear. Says we will rock with you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Guys, y'all support me is the world to me. I appreciate y'all, man. Ma'ams and men, I appreciate y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, especially here in the U.S.
You're in it.
Should still be Father's Day tonight, I should say. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers. By the way, LLC, I can't find you here on my backup account. Say united against evil. There you are. All right. So we're back at it, man. We're back on TikTok. So, okay. Back on TikTok. Using LLC's account. How you doing, my brother? By the way, you had a terrible background noises. If you have fixed that, maybe you can say hello to the people here. It's just say, oh, that's right. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, to all of you fathers out there in Chatland. Yep, that's right. Yeah, I'm on your TikTok now, but can't hear you though.
I'm good. How's the background music?
Oh, right now is perfect. Right now is perfect. Yeah, keep it like that. That's amazing. Anyway, so I did got the Discord now. You have to teach me how to use it. Now that I got you here. So what? How do I supposed to use this exactly? By the way, they want your link here. It seems like Harvest No trying to come up and support. So they want your link just in case you're able to do that. I don't know if the Muslims are gonna come up here, man. It's like TikTok is just it's weird the way the algorithm work. You can have a small account, literally like 1K followers, and then you get thousands of views. I'm like, okay, how does this even? How does it work? What is the secret? What is the secret? You can have 30 or 100K, followers, but have like 3, 2, 5 viewers. I'm like, okay. All right, how you guys doing, man? Talk to me on YouTube, man. You guys are pretty quiet. Harvest No is the one talking, man. Where you guys at? Walk with the Spirit. I need my music, by the way. I need my intro. I could have used it, but I didn't get it. What's with my intro, man? When am I gonna get my intro? For those who have no idea what's going on, these folks here, they owe me an intro song for my streams start. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, we got a couple people here. If you're a Muslim, you are more than welcome to come up. We got P Mars. Thank you so much for the likes.
Hello.
And then, you was just on my stream, man. Welcome back. Welcome here, I guess.
Are you like the same guy from the other stream which like crashed?
I know, man. Yeah, I am actually. Yeah.
Finally, I'm on. So, shall we do the same thing as your last stream?
Yes. Let's do the same thing. But by the way, let me just say, LC, your background is too big. I mean, maybe they're gonna read it. But it's kind of taking up the whole thing, the whole screen here. Maybe you can kind of zoom it out. Yeah. Let's continue with that topic, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So, on to you.
Right. So I believe that the Quran has been corrupted. Because your Allah makes a claim that he confirmed the previous scriptures.
Yeah, correct. Now the Quran talks about the gospel. Where's the gospel?
We have it. Your Allah says that we have it.
Okay, this is true.
Okay.
But today, where's the gospel
Yeah, is what we have
today?
with us. Is what we have with us today.
No, you are talking about the Bible.
Right. That is the gospel according to your God. Is that what we have today? Is the Christians? Is that what they have today? Though?
Well, your book is named the Bible. I want a book named the Gospel, written by God, because your Bible, it's written by Luke, Matthew. It's not what the Quran is talking about.
Well, when you say Bible, you're technically saying a book, because the Bible is a collection of books, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about gospel.
Well, the Quran calls us the people of the book, the people of the Bible. But if you want to be, if you want to shrink it to that, I mean, I believe in the Gospels, right? I believe in the Gospel. But we are the people
Also
of the book or the people of the Bible. That's what your God calls us.
Okay, but we believe in the gospel by God. We do not believe in a book called Bible written by Luke, Matthew. This is just what we believe in. And the Quran is mentioning the gospel and the Torah. It never mentioned the Bible.
So
You know what I mean?
what is this gospel that the Quran mentions? What is that?
So the Quran says the gospel has been revealed to Jesus.
Okay.
That's all we know about the gospel, and he says the gospel confirms what the Torah that was given by Moses, and it eases some of the laws. And the Quran is the same thing. It like confirms what the gospel and what the Torah said with some easings on the law. This is all we know. This is all it says.
Well, it says
Yeah.
it says a lot of more than that. It also says that the gospel was written down, or the Injil was written down, right? Do you agree with that? Or do you want me to show you a verse?
Well, I want to believe you, but if you show me like a verse, sure. But whatever the Quran says, I do believe. Why not?
Okay, I mean, if you're gonna believe what the Quran says, that's perfect. So if you go to 1094, it talks about that the people were reading the previous scriptures. 1094. It talks about. It says, talking to Muhammad, if you are in doubt regarding what we have revealed to you, ask those people who read the previous scriptures
Correct.
before you. So it sounds like the previous scriptures were written down, right?
Yes.
And we said that the gospel is a previous scripture.
So the gospel, it is from God, and the
I know,
Quran
I know,
is
but
from God. Yeah.
so is the gospel a previous scripture compared to the Quran?
It is, yeah.
Okay,
But what you are talking about today, this is a Bible. We do
well,
not
no
believe
problem. So I got you. So the Bible that I have today is not the gospel. It's not the Injil. No problem. I'm trying to see if you are telling the truth, right? So now we know that the Injil was written down, correct?
Well, specifically, if the Quran says from what you have, then I assume it's written down.
Well, the Quran
Like,
says that the
whatever
people read the previous scriptures, and you said that the gospel is a previous scripture.
Fair enough. Whatever it says, I believe in it.
That's
Fair
what
enough.
it says. Okay, so it seems
Yeah.
like the Injil was written down, and you said what we have today cannot be the Injil because it was written by Luke. And you went on to name the
No,
other
no.
disciples.
What I'm saying today, you cannot show where is your gospel. You are showing me like a book, but the name is Bible, written by Luke. This is not the same book that the Quran is referring to.
Okay, no problem.
Gospel, Bible, it's two different names.
So I got your point. So the gospel we have today was written by Luke, therefore cannot be the gospel. That's the point that you're making.
No, I'm saying that the books have two different names. One is called the Bible, written by Luke, Matthew, and one is the Gospel, which is from God. The Quran is talking about the Gospel. You are mentioning the Bible, the Old Testament, New Testament. It's not in the Quran.
So
We do not believe in it.
So let me
We
correct you.
don't believe in it.
Let me correct you. When you say Bible, you are saying a collection of books. That's what a Bible is. It's just a
I'm
bunch of
talking
books.
about a book
I
called
know.
the
Just
Bible.
just right. Please let me finish it so you know what where I'm going with this. So when you say Bible, you are referring to a collection of books, all right?
Yeah,
But right now I'm
whatever you
specifically talking about the gospel.
the gospel that was given to Jesus.
Okay.
That specific book from
So
the Quran.
why do you think the gospel that I have today? Why do you think that that's not what was given to Jesus? Why?
Read the title of the book. Does it say the gospel? It doesn't say the gospel.
So
So I don't believe it.
So you're rejecting it because according to the title of the book, it says it was written by Luke. Is that why you're rejecting it?
Does it say gospel?
Well, yeah, it does actually. If you go to Mark chapter 1, for example, right? I don't know if you have a Bible with you, but I can read it. I'm going to read it. Mark 1. So this is what it says, bro. It says,
I read your Bible. I know your Bible. I've read it.
okay, what does verse 1 say? Okay, what does verse 1 says then?
Look, my point is, I do not believe that the book you have, like the Bible, is the gospel, because it does not say gospel, and it says Luke, Matthew.
Brother, I hear you. But you say you have read the Bible.
If you want to believe,
what does verse verse 1 says? What does verse 1 says?
Look, I don't know. Isn't it at the beginning there was a word and the word was turned to flesh? Something like that.
No, you're referring to John. I said Mark specifically. Mark.
No, you know better than me.
Well, okay. It says, I'm just going to read it for you. This is Mark chapter 1, verse 1. It says, in the beginning of the gospel of Jesus, the Son of God. So all these people that wrote the gospel of Jesus. So you are rejecting it. You are rejecting.
I do not believe in Mark. I believe in a book called the Gospel that was revealed by Jesus. I don't know who Mark is. I don't know what the Bible is. I believe in the Gospel given to Jesus. This is a book we're referring to. And today there's no Gospel. Where's your Gospel? You're showing me a Bible written by Luke, Matthew. This is not the same as the Gospel.
Can I interject, Stephen?
Oh yeah, sure, man.
And by the way, man, I heard you
Where are
got
you from, Doctor?
bananaed.
Where are you
Hey,
from? Are you from the Khalij?
Hold on, and then hold on a minute, and then hold on a minute. Yeah. By the way, Sheikh, just to let you know, man, I was banned for a whole week before they got me. But before they banned me for the whole week, I got banned out 5 times. 5 times. Huh?
Why were you banned?
I think
because you guys keep reporting him.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, Sheikh, if y'all wanna go ahead at it, man. Yeah, sure.
No, I just want to ask him a question because he keeps talking about the gospel, right? So, Anon, what did the Christians and the Jews have in the 7th century?
So look, whatever you ask me, I am going by the Quran. This is what I believe.
Okay,
I go by the Quran.
But your Quran is wrong, so why should I listen to it? I'm asking.
Well, if you don't want to believe in it, it's your choice.
Well,
I believe it's a word
I
of
have
God.
reasons. Well, I have reasons with facts and evidence why I don't believe in it. But my question
And I
is,
have reasons why I do not believe that Jesus is God, because he died. So that's my reason.
listen,
It's up to us.
listen, me explaining that would be like me trying to teach physics to a 2-year-old.
It's okay.
When you don't understand your Quran and you want me to explain something that requires a higher level of intelligence, that'd be a waste of my time. But my question to you is, if your Quran is telling, the people of the book to judge by what they have, or telling Muhammad, if he has doubt, I'm not saying that he had any doubts because Muhammad didn't exist historically, to go to the people of the book. So my question to you is, what exactly did the people, the Jews and the Christians, have in the 7th century?
So the Quran does specifically say, go back to the Torah or go back to the Gospel.
Right. But see, here's the problem. Whoever wrote your Quran didn't understand what the Torah was, didn't understand what the Injil is, because the Injil is not a book. The Injil is from the Greek word evangelion, which means gospel, which means the good news. Jesus was the walking, living, breathing gospel. He didn't get revelation from God. He was the living revelation. And the writers of the gospels, Mark, Luke, John, and Matthew, they wrote down his account of his life, right? So there was no, maybe Isa in the Quran was given something, but Jesus wasn't given anything. He was the living message. And gospel just means the good news. It's not a book. And by the way, Muslims in Allah don't know what the Torah is. Can you explain to me what the Torah is?
Okay, so in the Quran, again, everything I say is literally based on the Quran.
Okay,
So the
explain to me
Torah,
what.
so the Quran says it's a revelation given to Moses for the
Hold on a
people of
second. Hold on a second. Give me the verse in your Quran that says Moses was given the Torah. And don't give me a verse that says Moses was given the Al Kitab, because that don't mean anything to me. That just means he was given the book. What book? Harry Potter, Star Trek, right? Because nowhere in your Quran was Moses given the Torah or revealed the Torah. And anybody that knows, especially in the 7th century, everybody knows that the Torah has always, from the time of its creation, meaning the time that it was written down, the Torah has always referred to the 5 books of Moses, which is the 5 books that starts the Jewish Bible off, right? It's always been 5 books. That is the Torah, right? It's not something that was given to Moses, except the 10 Commandments, the 2 tablets that God wrote and gave it to Moses. That's the only thing that Moses was given. The Torah is a historical account from the beginning of time, from the time of Adam, all the way through when Moses passed away. And then after the Torah, you have the books of the prophets, you have the Ketuvim, and then you have the writings, the Naviim, right? So the Old Testament, which is the Jewish Bible, is basically split up into 3 sections: the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. And then, of course, you have the New Testament, which is a complement to the Old Testament. I mean, by the 7th century, these people, whoever became, Allah's writers, should have known what the Torah was. I mean, any Jew would have told you what the Torah is, especially by the 7th century, right? The Torah has been well established that the Torah is the 5 books of Moses: Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, and Leviticus, not in that particular order, right? So it's never changed. So how in the hell by the time the Quran comes around, which, by the way, didn't come around until about the 8th, 9th century, how come whoever wrote the Quran didn't know that the Torah was 5 books? It's like you guys want to wipe out history, but unfortunately, you don't wipe out history. History wipes you out.
So in the Quran, it does say that it gave Moses like the book which has guidance, but if you want the verse that says Moses was given the Torah, like exactly like that, it doesn't say. I didn't find.
Okay, so how do I know what he received? Because I know Moses was given the Furqan. He was given a criterion. I know Moses was given the Dikra. He was given the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know there's people of the book, the people of the Al Kitab, and there's also people called people of the Dikra, which I still haven't figured out to this day who these people are, because they're obviously a different group of individuals.
So the Torah, it is specifically for the children of Israel. That's what the Quran says.
Right. I would agree with that. Yes.
And then it says that the Injil. Look, whatever you believe in, I'm not gonna go against you.
No, but I'm just saying, you said something You said something. See, I'm like a lawyer.
Okay.
If you say something and I know you're wrong, I'm going to question you. You made the claim that the Torah was revealed or given to Moses. My question is nowhere in your Quran does it ever imply that Moses was revealed the Torah or given the Torah. So how do you know that Moses was given the Torah? Again, no prophet of God, the one true God, was ever given anything. They were the authors of these books, the book of Daniel, the book of Isaiah. These were written by these people or their scribes. No prophet was given a book. Moses wasn't given anything. Again, he was given the 10 commandments. Everything else is written, right, from a historical point. So you and I, the readers, can understand from the time of creation what the Israelites went through, God's chosen people went through, right? We know about the battles that they fought. We know about the victories. We know about the punishments. Every time they went astray from God, God punished them for a specific time, and then brought them out of that captivity. Like He did from Egypt by using Moses and Aaron, right? So I just fail to understand how the authors of the Quran didn't know this stuff. I mean, it was basic knowledge. I mean, the Jews could have told you that. Did the writers of the Quran ever sat down and asked the Jews to explain to them what the Torah is, right? That no prophets were given anything? Ask any Jew. Ask them, were any of the prophets given books? They'll laugh
Okay.
at you.
So the Quran says 23:49 that he gave Moses the Torah. It
No,
does
there's nowhere in your Quran that says Moses was given the
20:49.
Torah.
23:49. The Quran.
23:49 does not say Moses was given the Torah. Now, you might be reading a translation that includes the Torah, but I assure you, there's no Torah or Moses in that verse in the Arabic. It might say he was given the scripture. It might say he was given the Al-Kitab. But there is no verse in the Quran that puts Moses being given the Torah or being revealed the Torah.
It
I know.
says we have given Moses the Torah. Exactly.
There is no, bro.
23:49.
There is no verse.
Well, you are denying.
Okay, hold on a second. Here's a deal that I'm going to make for you. I'm going to get out of my bed because I've been sick with food poisoning. I'm going to my computer. I'm going to pull up 23:49. I'm going to look at the Arabic. And if it doesn't say what you just claimed, especially if I have to turn on my especially if I have to turn on my camera, I'm going to drop you like Muhammad was dropped on his head.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. All right. I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong. All right, I'm at my computer. My computer is up. Let me bring up my Islamic website because,
And do not lie. Do not lie.
a Muslim that doesn't lie would be the first time. Let me turn on my light because I don't feel like digging through my boxes for my Quran. You said, what chapter? What was the chapter and verse? 23:49, you said. 23:49. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you're right. No, you're not. You're lying sack of whatever you are.
Doesn't actually say. Anyways.
That verse says, Moses was, and verily we gave Musa the Al-Kitab. So that they may be guided.
So you're saying Moses was like the message, and then the people.
No, I am saying, I am calling you out as a liar because you said that verse said Moses was given the Torah, but the Arabic says, and Moses, and verily we gave Musa the Al-Kitab. So Al-Kitab is not Torah, is it? Oh, you're lucky I'm not a mod. Is Al-Kitab the Torah? Because I could swear Torah in Arabic is Torat. And I don't see that Arabic word in there because there isn't. You're talking to somebody who's read your Quran, and I know the Arabic of the verses. You know, without lies, Islam dies. I don't like people who lie. And I don't like people who insist on lying and they know that they're lying. I mean, I let people get away with a lot of things, but I do
Okay.
not like being lied to.
So I
So,
have a
so,
question.
so
So it does
Anan,
say kitab. I did double
Anan,
check.
Anan, why did you lie?
What, so on Google did say Torah in Arabic,
I,
but when
I didn't ask you what
specifically
Google said. I asked you, why did you lie about your Quran?
when I
Because I assure
open
you, Google does not say that 2349 says the Torah.
okay, so what's the Torah?
I'm not here to tell you what the Torah is. You claimed that 2349
Torah,
specifically stated Moses was given the Torah, but that's not true, sir. Why
I
did you
admit
lie?
it was a
Why?
mistake, it was
Why
an
did?
error, I admit.
Okay,
But the
okay.
Torah, the Quran says it was for the children
I
of Israel.
understand, and I agreed with you. So please, do us all a favor. Don't lie in the future because you might run into somebody like me who's
It's a
going to call you
mistake.
out.
It's a mistake. Sorry.
Okay.
But the Torah,
I like him.
Torah, it does say it was given to the children of
Okay, but
Israel.
again, what is the Torah? Because the Quran does not specify what the Torah is, right? The Torah, I keep telling you, was not something given to Moses, right? Unless Allah thinks that the Torah was just the Ten Commandments, then whoever wrote the Quran was ignorant of the Jewish traditions and their books. The Torah has always been from the beginning the 5 books of Moses. It's also called the Pentateuch. It's called the books of laws because that's where you find the laws, especially in Leviticus, right? So the Torah has never been a book. No prophet of God, the one true God, Yahweh, was ever given a book. They wrote about things that happened, things that God said, things that God showed them, but they were never given a book. You think God dropped a book on his lap? No. So how can I believe a God who doesn't even know history, doesn't even know Jewish tradition? How can I trust a God who has prophets in his book that have never been prophets in any religion? I mean, you got prophets in there that nobody would claim were ever prophets. You got Lot, Prophet Lot. You guys call him Prophet Lut. You got Prophet Ishmael, right? You got Prophet Zechariah, the father of John the Baptist. None of those guys were prophets. How did they become prophets in Islam? Forget about the fact that I don't know who Schwab, Chalet, and Hood is. Those must be three Arabic prophets that nobody knows except the the Muslims.
Do you believe in a God that dies?
My God didn't die.
Oh, yes, he did.
No, you just don't understand. His flesh died. His divine nature, his spirit didn't die. And he rose back on the 3rd day. Where's your Muhammad? Oh, by the way, he didn't exist, so obviously he can't rise. Not only is my God still alive, but my God is alive in your religion. He's having a party with Allah. He's been having a party with Allah for the last 2,000 years. So again, how can I believe in a religion that A, does not even have a history to validate it, has a book that's full of mistakes, and can't get anything right?
I have a question. I can tell you are from the Gulf, and you were an ex-Muslim.
No, I've never been to the Gulf.
You're wearing our clothes, bro. the
Oh, bro,
this
Oh
that's an
my,
avatar. No,
bro.
man, I
oh
am
my
European.
gosh.
I am European by
You're
birth.
European.
American
Of course, you're American.
by being raised. Of course, the greatest country in the world.
So
You know, we're
do
the first nation to kick the Muslims. You know that we're the first nation to kick the Muslims' butts in the 1800s?
do you support Israel? Like the
Well,
people
I
that
support it.
crucified
I
their
don't get
God.
into politics. I
They
think both
crucified
sides
your
need to.
God. Do you
I think both
are you with
sides
them?
need. Listen, I think both sides need to get their crap together. I think people need to stop unaliving each other. So I'm not for war
Fair enough. Fair enough.
unless
Okay,
unless
but to
it's
answer
just
your
war.
point, if you go chapter 5, verse 44, all right, you can see the Torah and what its
I
purpose was.
understand.
And
Listen,
also, by the
I
way, the
know.
Bible has more
Anon,
contradictions
Anon,
than any other
Anon,
book. And
Anon,
give me one
Anon,
contradiction in the
Anon,
Quran.
Anon.
Give
Before
me
you
one
start,
contradiction in the
Don,
Quran. You won't find it.
I'll give you
I will
55.
give.
I'll
The
give you
Bible
50.
keeps on
I'll give you
updating.
55.
Your
Anon,
God was
Anon,
crucified.
Anon. If you stop waffling
Minister.
and stop shooting
Your God
your
got
mouth,
crucified, number
I will
one.
show
Your
you
Bible has
50.
many contradictions,
Bro, I will
number
give
two,
you
and it updates
Anon.
every time.
Anon, I
Okay.
know you're panicking right now, man. Allah must be squeezing you with Jabril. But I can give you 55 pages of
Uh-huh.
mistakes in your Quran. Where do you want me to start? You want me to go
And I can
easy
give
on
you
you?
more. I
Or
can
you
give
want
you
me to
more
go
in
or you
your
want me to go
Bible.
hard on you?
Wait, but tell me, which book should I choose? Because you guys have many books. How
Yes, we
many
have
books in
many
the
books.
Bible?
We have many books because there were many prophets. Every
So you
prophet came
get
with
books. So you pick and
every prophet came with came with a mission and wrote it down. Moses.
which book, which Bible is the original manuscript?
Oh,
You cannot tell me
hey,
which
no,
one.
listen, we don't have the original
You
manuscripts,
have a Bible,
and neither do you. Stop running
77
away.
books.
Stop running away from your silly Quran. Why did
Did your
Allah
God
make,
get crucified? Your God got crucified.
why
You
did
have
Allah,
many
bro,
Bibles
you're
which
panicking
you
now, bro.
reject.
You're panicking. I think you
That's
crapped your
it.
diapers.
That's it.
I think you crapped
End
your
of
diapers.
story.
Can you
Go
explain,
believe in a
can
God
you
that got
explain,
crucified
can you
and a
explain
book that
to
keeps on
me,
changing.
can you explain to me why Allah make mistakes in his Quran? I mean, is Allah supposed to make mistakes in the Quran? Because I thought Allah was all knowing. And by the way, who is Allah? Is Allah a name or is Allah a title? Because I'm confused. And here's the reason I ask. If Allah is a title, that could apply to anybody. If Allah is a name, well, you got a problem. Nobody writes about a God named Allah until Islam comes along. Every culture, every religion has a God, and their God or gods have names. Allah has a name that nobody knows about. And if Allah's a title, well, hell, man, I could be Allah. So I want to know, why does Allah make mistakes in the Quran, especially like how a baby is made? How come Allah don't know how a baby's made? Oh, he's gone. Hey, what's up, Prince? Oh, that poor kid was panicking left and right. He's like, oh man, I'm out of here, man. Stage right, he's gone. Bro, man, I was in bed and the dude made me get up. Let me go back to bed.
Yeah, he was speechless most of the time. People want to know your channel. Is I think he's dissect the Quran, some DQS
Nah,
channel.
it's Dr. Kufrophobia now.
Oh, you have changed it. Okay.
Well, you can find it under Dr. Kufrophobia or DQS channel. It's on my bio.
People on YouTube though, not on TikTok.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing a couple things on YouTube, but mostly like little 5 minute refutations of these Muslim channels that are just pushing out just straight lies.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're liars.
I mean, if you want to do lives together, man, we can do lives. You just gotta let me know. And
Oh yeah.
like I said, the past 4 days, bro, I don't think I've ever had food poisoning until
until now. Oh man, that is something I do not wish on anybody.
Yeah, I've never got it before, so I don't know. I don't know.
Woo! Well, pray you never do. Let me tell you, it is no fun, man. I've been in bed for the last 4 days.
How do you get it though? It's just by eating wrong food or expired food? Or...
No, I think what happened was apparently they're not telling us, but my neighbor told me that there's an egg warning in 15 states for eggs that have salmonella.
Oh,
And about 4 days ago, I got some eggs from Walmart, and I made some scrambled eggs, and that's the only thing that I can think of because nothing else that I have here at the house, would have done it for me. And right after that, oh my goodness, Friday was the worst day, and so now I'm gonna have to throw half a case of eggs out because I'm not taking another chance, bro. Let me tell you, it's been Prince can tell you it's been freaking miserable.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't get it, man. I don't
All
like the
the
sound of
junk
that.
food, man. Hey, I need to eat the junk food because I never really get that when I eat the junk food.
Yeah, guys, I thank you for posting his channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to him, and he do how do you pronounce it? Polymedics? English
Yeah,
is tough, man.
I'm a polemics.
Yeah, polemics. That's how.
Yeah, meaning I'm the opposite of what Stephen does here. Stephen would be considered an apologist, meaning that he defends Christianity. Meanwhile, I attack Islam. Right? I get them to leave Islam. Stephen gets them to come to Christ.
And he grew out of it too. Yeah, you just saw an example of it. Her bro was speechless.
Yeah,
He grew to what he
yeah
died, man.
that poor guy didn't know where to go. It's there's a mistake, but he didn't make a mistake because I kept asking him, and he kept saying, yeah, 2349. It says Moses was given the Torah. So that's not a mistake. A mistake is okay. I said 2349. I checked it. It's wrong. But I kept asking him, and he kept sticking to his guns. And I had to get up because since I'm only on one device, I didn't want to switch. So I had to get up, go to my computer. Thank God my computer, all I got to do is tap the mouse and it turns on. Because I know the Quran. Guys, I've read the Quran. It's on my YouTube channel. I am the only guy who's read the Quran on freaking line. It's 69 videos, and we didn't just read the Quran because we love reading the Quran. We read the Quran and we dissected the Quran.
I know that's true, man. I know what. I don't know. Are these Muslims really reading the Quran, bro? Look. This is
Nah, they
about
don't
the
read it.
worst book I've ever read. I hated it.
I mean,
Doesn't make sense. Them saying that there are no contradictions in the Quran, bro. It's.
uh,
I mean, I
bro,
don't know. I don't know how to make that come.
when we read the Quran, and my partner is he's a teacher, right? And he deals with special aid students. And he said the Quran reads like somebody that had either ADHD or is epileptic because
Gosh.
it's all over the place. It's like the person can't stay focused on one thing. You
Yep.
start talking about A, then it jumps to D, then it jumps to C, then back to A. I'm like, bro, how am I supposed to, And then when you get the stories and you put the stories together and you get different versions of what people said, which
Yeah.
is impossible.
Yeah.
And then you have the embryology mistakes that even Muslim doctors, who I'm telling you guys, warning label: don't go to a Muslim doctor. I mean, it's got historical mistake, it's got scientific mistakes, it's got speech mistakes. You name it, it's got stupidity in there. Like the things that Allah needs to clarify. Right now, Allah couldn't tell you and I that He revealed the Torah to Moses, but He can tell you and I, oh, you can eat at your mother's house, your father's house, your brother's house, your sister's house. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. My mother and father live in the same house.
That,
What?
that is
Did
true.
somebody? I mean, did he? And also, my brother and sister. Is that after they're grown, or is that while we all live in the same house? And why do I need to be told that I can eat at my aunt's house? I mean, that's the stupidity. Or why do I need to be told that Muhammad is shy, but Allah is not shy? So Allah is going to tell you, get out of his house when you finish eating. But he can't tell me that Moses was revealed the Torah or what the Torah is. I mean, you have to be like a fifth grader, and I think fifth graders are a little bit smarter that they would pick that stuff up. I mean, if you read the Quran, and I don't care if you read it in Arabic, in English, in Spanish, whatever language you read it, it is the most disjointed, incoherent book that you'll ever read that would have never been published, only because it's classified as a religious textbook for the world's second largest religion. And if you ever turned that in school, you'd get an F. I would give you an F if you turned that in. If that book was like an assignment, I'd give you a big fat F. I might give you 2 fat Fs for giving me such a joke of a book.
Yeah, it's a terrible read, guys. I mean, you can read it just to know what Muslims believe, but you should not read it just because you want
I mean, I
to
say
enjoy
read
something to
it.
read.
I say read it so you know the kind of craziness is in there, and especially if you ever want to, because I see a lot of Christians try to debate Muslims on the Quran, and they haven't read the Quran. And it's not just reading it. See, like I said, we didn't just read it. We read it, but with the mindset that we were going to do a critical analysis, meaning we were going to look at every single verse, every single chapter, and see, did the authors, did the thoughts flow? Did this thing make sense? Were there mistakes in it? Were there things that just obviously make no sense that nobody would say? Like, there's a verse in the Quran that says, Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and the descendants, they were neither Jews nor Christian. Well, that's a stupid statement to have, because that implies that Abraham had the option of becoming a Christian or a Jew. Neither of those existed at the time of Abraham. So why would you say something stupid like that? Nobody would ever claim that Abraham was a Jew or a Christian. Not even the Jews. They might say he was the father of the Jews, since he fathered Isaac and Isaac fathered Jacob. And, Judaism comes from Jacob through Judah, from the tribe of Judah. But nobody would ever say, oh, Abraham and Ishmael and also when you read the Quran, Allah keeps talking about the servants of Allah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What happened to Ishmael? Wasn't he a servant?
Yep, that's the Quran for you, man. But I have a question regarding OBS here, Sheikh, since you're so good at it, man. So I have 2 screens here. One says preview sin, and the other says programs sin. How can I remove that and just have one screen? It's kind of
Bro,
confusing.
what kind of OBS you're using? Because I've never seen that screen.
No, it's 2 screens, bro. Like, it's just 2 screens. One is over here and the other one is over here, but they are showing the same thing.
You might have to do a screenshot and show it to me, because you can't partition and have multiple screens.
Let me see if I can share my screen here. It's kind of bothering me, to be honest with you. I hit it. Oh, yes, I can.
Because, like, for instance, you can have the main screen, and then you can have your camera, and your camera is a screen in itself.
I don't know. Can you see? Can you see that? Or should I make me a big screen real quick? LLC.
Bro, I've never. Are you sure you're using OBS?
Yep.
Because there's 2 versions of OBS. Well, that looks like OBS.
It is. So this is a preview sin, and this says program sin.
Bro, I've honestly, in the 2+ years or 3+ years that I've been using it, I've never seen that.
I can't figure out how to remove it, and it's kind of stressed me out.
That is something new. Go a little bit to the left. Okay. I see you have. Okay. It looks like on your OBS you've got one screen that looks like the chat of somewhere.
Yeah, this is the chat. Yeah, I don't think that has anything to
Okay.
do with it.
Then you got the camera, and then what? Go a little bit more to the left. Okay. So what? Yeah, you've got
Just,
it. Well, you've got the you've got. It looks like you duplicated the screen.
I know. How can I remove that though? I can't figure out how to
Yeah,
get it back to normal.
there's got to be a way to. Got to be a way.
Yeah, I tried everything. I might have to just delete
You
it
should be
and
able to
download it again.
probably not now because you're live, but when you're not live, you should be able to just like, for instance, click on one of the cameras and just delete it. So that'll take it out of the screen, and then click on the other, because everything there looks like it's a screen within a screen.
Huh. But I only have one
But you're not-
camera though. Like I don't know. It's just one camera.
Right, but you can duplicate settings on, because remember, because OBS is one big screen, and then within that screen you can have many screens.
Mm.
And it looks like you have a duplication of the camera, and then on the far right hand it looks like you have like a chat box, right? So you got another screen or another scene in there, but yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have to reinstall the whole thing. So LC, let me do this. This usually bring out people. Let me try my background real quick. Keep me a big screen. Let's see if that's gonna bring up some Muslims. Let's see. Usually they want to talk about Jesus. They don't want to engage with Muhammad as a false prophet.
See, that's why they don't want to engage with me, because I don't talk about Jesus. My Jesus don't need me to defend him.
We're gonna bring him in and you're gonna attack him. We're not gonna.
Hey, you gotta do that old tactic that grocery stores and stores used to use, the bait and switch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's gonna work. If it doesn't, and then you can pull back your background.
Hey, maybe you should do a screen, because you know how like God Logic says, prove Jesus is a Muslim and you'll get X amount of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should do one. Prove the Quran has no mistakes and win whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll take the Shahada if you can prove the Quran is the words of Allah. I've tried that, but nobody takes up my challenge.
Well, I mean, you're the chef, man. They don't want to mess with you, man.
I mean, they love messing with God Logic. I don't know why. Of course.
So here's why. He's a popular guy. So if you want to know, if you want to get known, that's the best way to do it. You want to go attack the known guy. You want to,
Well, I mean, I'm unknown, but the only reason I'm unknown because nobody wants to debate me. They're all afraid. I mean, God Logic had to start as an unknown guy. Yeah, well, yeah, he got his popularity by having that interaction with Sheikh Uthman, and then he got help from the other big-time Christians like my friend Jai, and now his wife Doc, right? Which none of those guys helped me out when I started. I'm going to have a talk with them. And I don't go on camera because I don't want to deal with the things that Muslims do, because they try to do that to my friend.
And what is that thing?
Right? Oh, they try to get him fired.
Ah, by the way, what is his name?
They went after his job, right?
Yeah,
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm in America, dude. I got more pew-pews than all of this, so I'm not worried about that. And hey, man, I get to meet Jesus sooner. But dealing with the especially if you work for the government or if you work for companies that are run by liberals, you're gonna get fired, and it's gonna be a pain in the butt, and I don't want to deal with that.
Well, I totally understand that. But, it's just I don't know, Thaddeus, I think that's his name. This Christian YouTuber. Yeah, he got fired from his job. They fired him.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
oh yeah.
I don't think
I
my
mean,
job will care, to be honest. Like it's like, I mean,
well,
it don't
I
seem
mean,
to.
it depends. I mean, it depends. You know, some jobs, some companies don't want to deal with that crap.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, these people, and this was a well-known Muslim sheikh. I'm sorry, an imam from Texas, and they started calling his family. They started calling his work because he was a teacher. They started calling the school, and then they called the school superintendent. But luckily, he was getting ready to retire, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, trust me, you don't want to. You don't need those headaches. As far as them trying to unalive you, yeah, good luck with that. I got a dog that weighs more than most of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's just. And besides, you're debating my arguments, not my good looks. You know, could you imagine me stealing somebody's 6-year-old wife? I just wouldn't feel right.
Well, unless you're a prophet, then you can say that you've seen God showing
That's right.
her in your dream. Then
Hey, you know, I did start a religion, which I think, Stephen, you don't know this, but you're a follower of my religion because my religion was established last year. You know, it's very quiet. Jabril told me that, you know, he was going to squeeze me 4 times. And my religion is called the one true religion called beardism.
beardism, I like it.
Anybody who's ever had a beard, anybody who has a beard is a follower of the one true religion beardism. And you get 74 hoodies, not
Uh-oh.
72,
Oh,
right? And you get the real good wine. You know, the one that really gives you a headache, not that cheap knockoff that Allah has up there. Now we don't have little boys. We don't have little boys serving you though. That's a no. We don't do that.
you know,
We don't allow marriage with underage minors. That's a no too. So, but everything else we might make an exception. You can still have your. We allow up to 6 wives. Forget about 4.
well,
But you cannot beat them. Now your wife can beat you, but you can't beat her.
I guess you ain't gonna get a lot of Muslim converting to your religion,
Yeah, because they don't want to be beat up by their wives.
and that they love kids and having little boys serving them.
Yeah,
So,
no kids and no little boys that don't bleed.
yep. I mean, good luck having a Muslim following you, man.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you're on TikTok and you're willing to have a convo, we got a check here, man. Come on up, man. Come on up. Engage. Show us. Tell us why Islam is the truth. You know, tell us.
That's
We wanna
right.
know.
I teach the sheikhs and the imams. They come to me for wahi. I give wahi
You gave him
and
hikmah.
hikmah. Yes, I give them hikmah and wahi. That's why my name is Dr. Kufar al-Haq, because I am the truth.
Yeah. By the way, any Christian that want to come up and say hello or something, yeah, can
Or
also
if you're
come
a
up.
Christian, you got questions about Islam, you better take up the opportunity.
Oh yeah.
I give free advice.
I want to say if I got my account back. If I don't, I'm just gonna shut down TikTok. I'm just gonna go away for a while. But this is ridiculous. Listen.
Well, just do your lives on YouTube.
But I won't have nobody come up though. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like we don't get a lot of ops on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't get that many people on my live streams, especially when I did the well, I started doing that Bible reading, Bible study live, but then I got distracted, and now with this, so I still might want to go back and do that, but
Yeah, apparently they haven't responded back. They're waiting for a response. So
well, I mean, sometimes no news is good news. I hate when they usually get back to me like within 10 seconds. Nope. I'm
Yeah,
like 10 seconds. How did you go through
right.
I'm like, how did you go through 4 hours of video and tell me that, especially when I get I get bananaed for talking to myself.
I mean, it's TikTok, man. That's I want to get out of there as soon as possible, but YouTube is not picking up. So I guess I'm kind of stuck with TikTok for a while.
And the thing is that I don't think they know this account. So you're not bringing in anybody.
No, TikTok is weird. The way it works, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. I don't think that's have any factor to it. It's just the
Yeah, I don't.
algorithm just pick and chooses what it wants. I guess I don't know. It's weird
Hmm.
because I see smaller accounts like 1K. Every now followers bringing in like 2-3Ks people watch. I'm like, what the heck?
Well, I think that sometimes some of these people are actually paying to promote their live streams.
Interesting.
So if you got the extra cash, I if you got extra cash that you feel like blowing,
Nah.
then you can do that. Because I know one individual that's got a lot of free cash to spend, and that's why he never gets suspended,
Yeah.
because he spends a lot of money on YouTube. I don't spend a penny. I'd never spend a penny on this app.
Same here, man. I just I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, but don't you have your backup account?
That's what I'm using right now. Got so old. That's
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. The other one, that one I forgot my login. I do have another backup
Oh
account
man.
with Steven X and everything. I forgot my login now, so I don't man.
Well, I mean, there's got to be a way to retrieve your password,
I tried all I could.
right? Because don't you have to? It's either you got to give them a phone number or you got to give them an email address.
Uh-huh.
And if it's a phone number, because one of my accounts that I don't use, it's tied into my phone number. So if I forget my password, they just send it to my phone.
But
And then
that,
my other two are my email addresses. So if I forget, as long as you remember the email address or the user account, they'll send you like a verification email. Maybe you might have to put a code, and then they'll give you a link to reset your password. But there's got to be a way for you to recover it.
yeah. There is. I just didn't want because we were just 200 followers, or maybe 100.
Uh,
I don't remember. I was like, what, forget it. I don't want to just stress myself out. I might just go
no, let
back
me
to
tell
it,
you,
recover it.
I've got over 4,000, and that does not help me.
Yeah, it's not
When I
about
go live,
followers.
I'm lucky if I get 10 people.
Yeah, it's
And
not
I'm
about
like, why
followers.
the hell are people? Right, but I'm saying, why the hell are people following me? I mean, I don't need 4,000. Just imagine, Stephen, if 10%, well, if 1% of the over 4,000 people that follow me would come to my lives would always have 40 people.
Yep, yep.
I can barely get 10 people on my lives.
Maybe they don't get the
And I got
notification that
over
you're live.
and I got over 4,000 people. Man, I can't even get the Christians to come to my lives.
I think they gotta set the notification on. They gotta turn it on. They gotta do something in order. When you go live, they should see or they should get notified or something.
Yeah, but people tell me, "Hey, man, I didn't know you were live." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, I mean, I can't control, TikTok." That's the other thing. TikTok, I think sometimes it suppresses accounts.
Yeah. So somebody got a really, really good question for you, man. I thought I'd read it. Well, it's not for
Okay.
you for sure. To be more specific, but I think it would be good to highlight. Paul with an R. He said that I want to know how Muhammad's dad was called Abdallah ibn Muttalib. Abdallah means a servant of Allah.
Yeah.
When he died before Muhammad was born, and there was a pagan. That's a very interesting
But
question.
yeah, it's a very interesting question, and the answer is even more interesting because Muhammad didn't exist. So I don't know who this Abdullah, whatever his name is, because Muhammad didn't exist because Mecca didn't exist. And there was no Islam in the 7th century. So I don't know who this guy was. Now, was there a guy named Muhammad? Well, could be. I think he might have been somebody named Muhammad, some kind of military ruler, general, but from up north. Definitely not Mecca. You can't rule a city that didn't exist.
So let's granted that he existed, right? How will you address this? So I think his whole point is, Muhammad is the one who came up with the, Allah. He just, or they said that Islam started before Muhammad.
Well,
Um,
again, Abdullah would be slave,
of
and
Allah.
Allah, so that would mean that Allah would be a pagan god. Now, there's another problem. We don't have any evidence that there were any pagans in that area by the 7th century. They were all gone by the 6th century. So the people in that area were monotheists, meaning they worship one God. Now, we don't know which God, right? And here's the thing. If Allah is a God, Allah would be an early Arabic God, an Arabian God. So it wouldn't be an old God, right? So we don't have any records of anybody worshiping a creator called Allah. And when Muslims tell you that Allah means the God, Allah is a personal name. It's not a title. So Allah does not mean the God. It's not a contraction of il and la, right? There is an Arabic word for God, which is ilah, or ilah, I-L-A-H. That's God in Arabic. Allah is not God. Allah is his name. So, Muslims are confused, and then they're trying to confuse us kafirs. So
Yeah.
ilah or ilahi, that's God in Arabic, and then Allah is supposed to be his name. Now, why do Christians use Allah in their Bible? I don't have a clue. I think it was forced on them. Because the first Arabic Bible wasn't until around the 9th, 10th century. And by that time, the Muslims were ruling the areas. And I think Christians, being dumbed as they are sometimes, just kept, Allah in there. But the funny thing is that the Arabic Bible does not use the word Isa. Because Isa is not Arabic for Jesus. So that's another fallacy. Nobody knows where Isa really comes from. It's some made up name. And Isa does not have a trilateral root. All names in Arabic have a trilateral root. Like, for instance, if you were to ask what is the trilateral for root, it's KTB, Kitab. That's what book is in Arabic, Kitab. So KTB. Isa is just ISA. So it would be missing one consonant, one letter. So Islam is just a mess. Like Sister Banku says, Islam is confusion.
So we have by the way, guys, I'm about to hop off here. It seems like we're not gonna get no ops, and then I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. It's almost 11. This is where I'm at.
Yeah, it's almost 12 where I'm at. You're on Central Time.
Oh yeah. But then again, you don't, your schedule, your work schedule, it's
Oh
chill.
man, I'm retired.
Oh, so there you have it.
I took an early retirement, but I'm so bored that I'm thinking of going back to work.
Yeah. So there's another question here. By the way, guys, if you do have our questions, he's gonna answer them.
Hey, we got a guest.
Okay. What is he?
Shannon?
So while we're waiting for him to actually speak up here, so this question Player Fent had asked, he wanted me to ask you actually. He said, "What happened when Allah said be and the mule was?" No Muslim can answer.
Well, the kun fayakun is be and it will be, so it's talking about something that's going to happen in the future. It's not actually talking about something that's going to happen right away. Now, Allah never created anything with kun fayakun because everything that he created involved something, right? Adam was created from clay, and then Allah breathed his spirit into it. So Allah didn't say kun fayakun and, Adam popped out of nowhere. It's the same thing with when, the Quran says it took 6 days to create, the heaven and the earth. Well, that's not using kun fayakun. So the kun fayakun is just some BS that somebody threw in there, right?
Yeah. And there you have it. Any other questions, guys?
No, they dropped. I don't know what happened.
They heard about you talking about Allah, and they didn't wanna. They want no smoke. They want
I
no
mean,
smoke.
I love when they say, "Well, Jesus didn't know the hour." But wait a minute. If he didn't know the hour, how is he telling the disciples everything that has to happen before the hour?
Yep.
You see how these people don't think? Wait a minute. It's like, I don't know how to bake a cake, Stephen, but I'm giving you the instructions on how to bake the cake. Okay. But then Allah in the Quran doesn't know things. Like, they love to tell you, the Quran predicts that the Romans were going to be victorious.
Victorious.
That is
What's with the accent, man? Victorious.
That is like the dumbest prophecy I have ever seen. So the Romans were defeated in a nearby land, but we don't know where they were defeated, and we don't know by whom. But they're going to be victorious in 3 to 9 years because Allah doesn't know when they're going to be victorious, right? Because Allah has as much knowledge as I do, right? If you notice one thing about the prophecies in the Bible, they're very detailed, right?
Yep.
7 times 7, 49 weeks. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to be precise to the digit, but they're not vague like the Quran. 3 to 9 years. Wow. Come on, Allah. Oh, the guy's shoe was 100 yards or perhaps 110 yards. What do you mean, Allah? You don't know? Or how many people were in the cave? Well, it could have been 4 in the dog and 5 in the dog and 7 in the dog, but only Allah knows, and he's out to lunch, so he's not going to tell you.
Yeah, but by the way, guys, I gotta hop off, man. LAC or United Against Evil, thank you for the hospitality, man. I wish we had more Alps coming up. Yeah, man, appreciate you for hosting it, man. We can do this again because I kind of like this. Have him come up, answer questions. So it's beautiful. I would love to do this again.
I think the 2 and 2 is kind of neat because you deal with the Christian questions, and I'll handle them with the Muslim questions.
Yeah, I'm
So
fine with that.
So that way they can't say, oh, you're not answering my. Well, first of all, listen, you come into my live is about Islam. Don't come on my live asking me about the Bible, right? So, and they know I don't, unless you're brave enough to show me Muhammad in the Bible, I don't really care about the Bible as far as dealing with Muslims because I've lost enough brain cells just dealing with the Quran. I don't want to lose the rest of my brain cells trying to explain a complex topic to people with the brain cells that actually believe Muhammad flew through space without a spacesuit. But they can't believe that
Oh, it is a
God
donkey,
can
man.
become a man. Right? You see how it's crazy? They can't believe that God can become a man, but the Quran can become a man. The Jabril can become a man. Hell, the rock can have eyes and a tongue and speak and maybe dance. A rock can run away with somebody's clothes. Right? Solomon can have a flying carpet and talk to birds and ants. But God forbid that God comes into his creation and takes the form of a human. Oh, how come your God pooped? Well, my God took the form of a human. Do you poop? So why shouldn't God poop? I mean, it's just stupid questions. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. You have a good one.
No.
Have a good day at work tomorrow.
Obviously, you don't gotta go, man. You can still hang out and do your thing, but it's just
I mean, I can hang out for a little bit longer, but I seriously doubt anybody's going to come.
With that said, guys, his YouTube channel. Can you repost it again? I think it was Walk by the Spirit, the one who posted it. It might be who posted
Yeah,
it?
it's just my name, Dr. Kufophobia.
Yeah, somebody had a link to it though. I think it was LA Apologetics who posted it. If you can get the thing, posted again for the people to follow this.
Yeah,
this
guys,
guy.
just click on my name. Okay, just click on the account here. It's in my bio, but all you got to do is go to YouTube and type in Dr. Kufophobia or DQS channel, like Dairy Queen, the Dairy Queen series channel, and you'll find it. It's got the same picture, so it's kind of easy. I can't believe that guy thought I was an ex-Muslim.
He looked at your profile picture. With that said,
Yeah,
guys.
you looked at my
Yeah.
All right, man. Good night.
Yeah, good night, my
Have
brother.
a safe day tomorrow at work, man.
Appreciate it, guys. I might leave this stream up, so go ahead and like it. I think we had some that people can learn from. So yeah, I might leave it up. Again, I'll follow the guy, man. This is the shaker here, man.
That's right, man. I am the sheikh that teaches the sheikhs.
Yep.
Forget about God logic, man. I am the real sheikh. God logic is a wannabe sheikh.
It's a counterfeiter. He's a counterfeiter,
That's
I
right.
said. And my word
real-
is the final word. Oh, his banned? Oh, he kicked me. Wait. Did you get banned or you ended it? LLC, I want to know what just happened. What just happened? LLC, did you just end it live or did you keep... What is this? You didn't even let the man finish his sentence. There's a teaching the sheikh. Oh, so that's oh, okay. You ended it. You didn't want him to finish his sentence, man. Why? But with that said, guys, I think this was a decent live stream. So I'm gonna leave it up. Make sure you guys will like it. Leave a like button. Oh, he was talking about logic, and then you ended. Okay, I see. I get it, man. There's no compulsion in our religion. I get it though. I get it. Maybe there is in yours, but no problem. So you can end it. Your YouTube stream proper. Oh. He's gonna watch this, right? At least let him finish his sentence. But no, he's a cool guy. He's not can't be tripped about that. By the way, so I need my songs. Y'all told me to wait. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to wait because I'm very, very excited. I don't know if I can play songs here. I was planning on doing so. I'm gonna try though, because yesterday I was trying to do it. It did not work. Y'all could hear it, but y'all couldn't see anything. So I don't know. Let's see if it's gonna work this time. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But if it does, we're gonna play a couple of songs. Let me see here. Because that's what we're gonna do now. I'm at least gonna play one or two songs. I think we should play the AP song again. That's I gotta say that's my favorite. That is my favorite song. It's just the little reggae. I like reggae sometimes, but don't make my thing reggae though. Don't. I don't want to. It doesn't have to be a reggae. Let's see if he's gonna play.
Tell me now my brother.
Can you guys see that? Can you guys hear that? Yeah, I do have a Discord, guys.
Why do you say my book's been changed?
Let me see if I can step. Okay. Yeah, so my Discord, again, is Stephen Acts 17.2, guys. Add me there, and again, I have no idea how to use this thing. I'm looking at it. It looks boring. It's just, I can only see my profile here, my account. It's, I guess I don't got no friends. I gotta add some friends. What did you guys do Discord? I can't even search out friends. What is this? I only got suggested friends. Let's see, add friends here. How do you, oh yeah, give me you guys a username. I'm gonna add y'all real quick. I'm not in the UK. No, I'm not in the UK. Oh yeah, y'all can hear it. Okay, I'll play it then. While I'm playing this, I need you guys, if you have a Discord, write it down and then I'm gonna add you.
When your own book told you to read it.
I don't know why I can't see it though. It's kind of weird.
Something don't add up.
Something don't add up.
They say the Quran straight from above, every word from the mouth of God's love. But then it tells me the gospel is light and to judge by what's in it.
Where y'all Discord's at, man?
So I open it up and read what it says.
Okay.
Jesus died and he rose from the dead, but your book says
Donnie,
no,
okay, let's see.
he never died. So which one's true?
Somebody lie.
To judge by if it's broken.
Oh man, yeah, that part always giving me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably my my favorite part of it of the song. So I just searched you up. You're not coming up for some reason. How about you add me? Stephen Acts 17.2. There's a dot at the end. There's a dot at the end. So I don't know if you gotta put that there as well. I gotta go back just a little bit because my favorite part.
Somebody lied.
Hey.
Who told you to judge by if it's broken?
Oh man. Hey.
Why you call it light then claim it was stolen? You can't play both sides with one story.
He touched the soul, man.
Your claim crashes down in all its glory. Surah 5 says to follow the word given to Christians straight from the Lord.
Hey.
Surah 10 says if you're unsure, ask the people who knew it before. But our gospel says Jesus.
So somebody said, I remind you, music is haram. You reggae. Well, that's why I'm not a mother, man. Guys, make sure you guys are adding me because I can't find y'all. Oh, there it is. I got you.
So tell me, friend, what do you choose? If you pick both, then both you lose. If the gospel is true, the Quran is wrong. If it's false,
so how to use this? It's just like a texting group. Is this what it is?
Can never be changed. Who corrupted it and who arranged? And why does your book rain on mine while calling its heart a faulty?
Oh, I got you all up in here, man. What the heck? This is great. How you doing, guy? LL Project? How you doing, bro? How are you? I'm just gonna have to ask again. Wow. So all you guys are in here? This is amazing. Who are we missing? No, guys, I can't play any more other songs because it's late over here and I gotta wake up super early in the morning. So this is probably gonna be the last song. But next time when I come live earlier, I'm definitely gonna play a lot of songs. But for today, I can't. I wake up early in the morning, so.
Sign. Who told you to judge by it if it's broken? Why call it light then claim it was stolen? You can't praise the map then toss out the way. You build on the rock then dig it away. Now
Who is
said
in the
only
Discord,
part is
man?
true, but your book never said which part to view. Is it
Oh, it's just for y'all. Okay,
or
okay.
is
What
it
about
John?
Alyssa G? Is Alyssa
Tell
G in
me
here?
which verse to lean
No.
upon, but truth ain't served by picking and choosing. That's not faith, that's just confusing. You either believe it or say it's a lie, but you can't stand in both camps and try.
All right.
Are you saying it's a trap and the prophet got it all mismatched and the message built on
So yeah, all those songs, guys. When I do go live earlier, we're definitely gonna, have a little play. At least at the end of the stream. At least we're gonna play 4, maybe 5 songs. I'll say 3, because I don't want to overplay all of them. I said 3 songs every end of the live stream. We can just hang out and just jam together. That's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, get all them songs together, y'all. If you have a favorite song that we create, not other people's songs, you guys are good at this. If you have those type of songs that you guys create, then we can definitely jam to it. But yeah, I think this is it, guys. Appreciate y'all. I got you guys all right on my Discord now. This is amazing. I don't know how to use it, so it's just this is it. Just texting people. It's like a group. I guess that's what it is to it, huh? I don't know. With that said, guys, okay, hey, see, you guys liking that? Okay. I think that's a good idea. Just play songs right at the end of the stream. Who likes that? Yeah. Play out the lives now on a song. That would be good. But I don't have nothing. I'm waiting for Walk with the Spirit and the LLC to get back to me with my song. I think you're talking about the outro and stuff. No, that's cool. I would love to do something like that. Yeah, it's a chill wind down, bro. Yeah, with that said, we're definitely gonna do that. I think it's a wonderful idea. But it gotta be the songs that you guys create, so we cannot use other people's songs. You guys are pumping out a lot of them, so which is good. So get you some of your favorite songs, man. After every live stream, we're just gonna play 3 to 5 max. But usually we're probably gonna go for 3. With that said, guys, I should be coming back on Tuesday, sometimes on Tuesday. But thank you guys for hopping on here, man. I appreciate you. If you have not yet subbed, make sure you do that. Join in the family. Not even that. Yes, Islam is toast indeed. Not even that, guys. Make sure you leave a like button. I'm probably going to leave this up. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys Tuesday. May I be blessed in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Actually, let me end it with the song. Right? It's only right.
Contradiction and the claim lack solid conviction. Who told you to judge by it if it's broken? Why you call it light then claim it was stolen? Can't hold a sword and preach about peace. Can't affirm the word then call it deceased. It's either from God or it's a fraud. The house won't stand if the walls are flawed. So tell me now, what will you choose? Truth doesn't lose when it's under review. Our word stood firm through fire and storm, while your book, well, it can't stay warm. Truth is one, it doesn't twist. This is the paradox you can't dismiss.
That was amazing. All right, guys. Appreciate you for hanging out. May I be blessed in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy